In today's segment, I'll be discussing about the biomolecule carbohydrate. We all know living system grows, sustains and reproduces itself. The amazing thing is living system is composed of non-living atoms and molecules, and living systems they are made up of various complex biomolecules such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, nucleic acid, lipids, etc. These These biomolecules interact with each other and constitute the molecular logic of life process. Let us start discussing about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, they are primarily produced by plants and they form a very large group of naturally occurring organic compounds. And some common examples of carbohydrates are glucose, starch, cane sugar, etc. They do have a general formula. They do have a general formula CxH2O Y times, and they are considered as hydrates of carbon from where the name carbohydrate was derived. For example, the molecular formula of glucose is C6H12O6. This fits into this general formula C6H2O 6 times. But all the compounds which fits into this formula may not be classified as carbohydrates. Acetic acid formula is CH3COOH, fits into this general formula C2H2O twice, but it is not a carbohydrate. Similarly, rhamnose formula is C6H12O5 is a carbohydrate, but it does not fit into this definition. A large number of their reactions have shown that they contain specific functional groups. Chemically, carbohydrate has been defined. What is the definition? Let us discuss. Carbohydrates, they may be defined as optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones are the compounds which produce such units on hydrolysis. What are carbohydrates? They may be defined as optically active polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones are the compounds which produce such units on hydrolysis. What do you mean by optically active? They are compounds having mirror images but are non-superimposable in nature. Next is classification of carbohydrates on the basis of their behavior on hydrolysis. Carbohydrates, they are broadly classified into three groups: monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Let us discuss monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides in detail. Monosaccharides, that is a carbohydrate that cannot be hydrolyzed further to give simpler unit of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones. They are known as monosaccharides. Monosaccharides means what? A carbohydrate that cannot be hydrolyzed further to give a simpler unit of polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone. Examples of monosaccharides are glucose, fructose, ribose, etc. Oligosaccharides. These are carbohydrates that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Oligosaccharides means they are carbohydrates that yield 2 to 10 monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. They are further classified as disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, etc. depending on the number of monosaccharides they produce on hydrolysis. Amongst these, the most common are found to be disaccharides. The two monosaccharide units obtained on hydrolysis of a disaccharide may be same or different. Example, sucrose, maltose. In the case of sucrose, the two saccharide units are found to be different, whereas in the case of maltose, the two monosaccharide units are found to be same. Next is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides, they are carbohydrates that yield a large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. Polysaccharides on hydrolysis, they yield a large number of monosaccharide units. Examples, starch, cellulose, etc. Next is reducing sugars. Carbohydrates which reduce Fehling solution and Tollens reagent, they are known as reducing sugars. All monosaccharides, whether aldose or ketose, they are reducing sugars. In the case of reducing sugars, the functional groups are free to react, and example for reducing sugar is maltose. Non-reducing sugars, carbohydrates which does not reduce Fehling solution and Tollens reagent, and the functional group is bonded. They are known as non-reducing sugars. Example for non-reducing sugar is sucrose. Next, let us discuss about the preparation of glucose. Glucose occurs freely in nature as well as in the combined form. It is present in sweet fruits and honey. Ripe grapes also contains glucose in large amounts. Let us see two preparations of glucose. The first one is from sucrose. Sucrose, that is nothing but cane sugar. If sucrose, formula for sucrose is C12H22O11. If it is boiled with dilute HCl or H2SO4 in alcoholic solution, glucose and fructose are obtained in equal amounts. Commercially, glucose is prepared by the hydrolysis of starch by boiling it with dilute H2SO4 at 393 Kelvin under pressure. Glucose is an aldohexose. It is also known as dextrose. Glucose was assigned the structure which we are going to discuss now based on the following reactions. Molecular formula of glucose is found to be C6H12O6. This is the structure of glucose. CHO, CHOH 4 times CH2OH. Molecular formula is C6H12O6. Glucose on prolonged heating with HI, it forms N-hexane. It suggests that all the 6 carbon atoms are linked in a straight chain. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine NH2OH to form an oxime. This is an oxime. To form an oxime and adds a molecule of HCN to give cyanohydrin. This is cyanohydrin. These two reactions, they confirm the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. These two reactions confirm the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. Reaction with hydroxylamine and reaction with HCN. Glucose gets oxidized to 6-carbon carboxylic acid, which is gluconic acid, on reaction with mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. This indicates that the carbonyl group present in glucose is an aldehyde group. Acetylation of glucose with acetic anhydride gives glucose pentaacetate. This confirms the presence of 5 OH groups. Since it exists as a stable compound, the 5 OH group should be attached to different carbon atoms. And on oxidation, glucose, on oxidation with nitric acid, glucose as well as gluconic acid both yield a dicarboxylic acid, which is nothing but saccharic acid. This is saccharic acid. This indicates the presence of primary alcoholic group in glucose. Primary alcoholic group in glucose.